Okay, what I'm hoping to do here is to finish up our XREF project, and we're going to assemble the parts into a whole. So what you need is we're going to need to open up 3 different files. And they are, I'm going to go open. Would you close that door for me? Thank you. We have our house XREF plan, which I gave you. We have our base model, which is our symbols. And we have our project title block, which we created. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go here to our base model, which is our symbols, and we're going to open that up. And there we go. Now, one of the things about the symbols, they should be on 0 by layer, and they should be in block form. And you'll notice now that if I pick on this one and I go up here and change it to annotation, it picks up the blue color of the annotation layer. If I pick this one and go up here and pick up eSIM, it picks up the green of the eSIM layer. If I take this one here and go to viewports, it's going to pick up the pink of the viewport layer. What I want them all to be is on the eSIM layer. So I'm going to just grab here a bunch of them. And one of the things you can't do is you can't grab them all. If you zoom out of the window to grab them all, the ones at the top won't pick. I don't know why, but it's just some little glitch in the software that it does that. Okay, there they are. And I'm going to take all these and I'm going to put them on the eSIM layer. There we go. Everybody turned green, which is good. Now I'm going to grab the rest of these and right through there. And I'm going to put those all on the eSIM layer. Again, note this is the 0 layer and this is by layer. And so by putting on this eSIM layer, all the white that was in our symbols, in our block symbols, have now become members of the eSIM layer. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and open. I'm going to open up my title block right here. There's our title block. And I will talk about our title block a little bit more. There's a few things on here that we didn't do. If you don't have these, don't worry about it. But I did put, you know, to tell what each of the boxes is, revisions here, and I trimmed around it. We have a date here. This is the date of the revisions. So every time you revise the drawing, you have a little place that you can mark the date, and you usually do that just with a pen or pencil. This is telling us that this is client information. Okay, so this is CAD technology, and that's our client. Okay, this is the sheet title, and you want to say electrical plan. So when you fill this out, the first line would be electrical, the second line would be plan, and the third line would just be you leave it blank. Right now, I think if you have text in there, you would just delete the text out of it, and it makes a blank line. Here's the important part, drawn by you. Put your name here, okay? Checked by, and I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to check it by DHH, which is me, okay? Scale varies, the date, the 17th. The project is the 150E101. The sheet number is E101, and this is one of one sheet. And that's what this means down here. And that's something you want to put in too. And that is not a block or anything, that's just a piece of text that's stuck in there and trimmed around. Okay. So here you have your title block. If I think and go up here and drop down, you notice the viewports. If you don't have viewports, add them. Put a viewport layer in here. Okay. And what I want to do now is I want to highlight this. Want to right click, go to clipboard, go copy with base point, and then I'm going to type in 0, 0. That's going to be my base point. I'm now going to Control-Tab to get back into my electrical symbols, but I don't want to put it here. I want to put it in my layout space. I want to go to layout space, not in model space, in layout space. Okay? I'm going to right click, I'm going to go to clipboard, and I'm going to go paste. I'm going to bring it in here, and I'm going to drop it right here. And look at that, beautifully right in there. It looks just great. You want to make sure you have a little bit of a border. It doesn't take much between this dotted white line and the box of your title block, and the same up here. They don't have to be the same. If you wanted to spend time to figure that out, you could, but it's not required, and obviously you have enough on either end here. Okay, so there we go. If we go to our model space, there we are, and here we are in our title block. I'm going to go Control Tab. Now I'm going to close this out. Nope. And I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to go no. So there we go. We are now in, we have one drawing open, which consists of, in model space, we have our electrical symbols, and in layout space consists of our title block. Now I'm going to go up to viewport, and I'm going to go to viewport, and then I'm going to go MV for make view, hit enter. I'm going to pick this corner here and go to that corner there. And then I'm going to hit enter again because I'm in the same command. I'm going to pick that corner there, and I'm going to go down to this corner here. I'm going to reach inside this box by double clicking inside it. You can see how it highlighted around the outside of the viewport. And I'm going to do my little trick thing, and I'm going to go Z, enter, W, enter, which is zoom window. And I have to go, it kicks me out of my OSNAP, so I have to right click and go endpoint. Okay, and shift right click and endpoint. And that should zoom right in there, and I'm going to go right down here along the bottom, right down here. And right next to it, it says 1/16. I'm going to go to the and lock the viewport so I don't get screwed up later on. Okay. Now I'm in this one, and I'm just going to zoom out a little bit and slide this over here someplace. Notice it goes right away underneath there, okay? Because I'm going to be bringing in our XREF, okay? Now I'm going to go back. Now first thing I want to do before I do anything is I want to go up to viewport and get back on the 0 layer. I never want to bring anything in unless I'm on 0 layer. Okay, here we go. This is the big magic moment. And I'm going to type in XREF, which is X reference. I need to go, now notice it says what's in my drawing right now, which is the base model, okay? It doesn't tell us there's a template because that's not actually in the drawing, it's out in the layout space, so it doesn't keep track of that. I'm going to go here and I'm going to attach a DWG, and I need to go find that attachment, so I've got to go into here, go into my USB drive, and go into my X file final, okay? And don't have multiple files like I do because it will really screw you up. I'm going to delete that one, and there we go. So I only have one, which is my XREF file final. I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to reach in here and find my house plan, and I'm going to go open, and I'm going to go OK, and I'm going to bring it in here and park it right there, just kind of close to my electrical symbols. And I'm going to close this out. It's telling me there's unreconciled layers, and we could go fix that right now. We go up here, you highlight all the layers, so I'm going to pick that layer. I'm going to hold the Shift key and pick this layer. I'm going to right click, and it says reconcile layers. Let me do that again, okay? Go in here, open up, so it's telling me that there's unreconciled layers in here. It's a little reminder. I go up to layer properties. I pick right there, and you can see the layers that it's bringing in from the XREF. Bring it here, and now right click and go reconcile layers. Great, and it's all done the message disappeared. Okay, we are excellent there. Now we're going to go into layout space, and I don't see anything, and yet we know it's sitting right there. So what we're going to do, this has to do with the video card. I'm going to hit escape, and I'm going to go R-E-G-E-N, regen, enter, and presto changeo, there is our XREF. And we know it's an XREF by the fact that it's muted in how bright it is. It's telling us it's someplace else. All the geometry is there. If I go to draw lines in here, you can see I have all kinds of endpoints and midpoints, and all the geometry that we would ever want is in here. But the drawing is not here. The drawing is still in that file folder. In actuality, I did not copy and paste this in. I XREF'd it in, and I'm going to show you why at the end of this little demonstration. Okay, here's a Doug nugget. I'm going to go over here to layout. I'm going to double click outside here, and I'm going to pick the viewport box. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go copy selection. I'm going to go back into my model space, get down here into this corner, right click, and it's going to let me paste. Paste, there it is. Oh, it brought the whole thing, and I don't want that. So let's go back over. Let's get back over here, and that was because I know that happened to some of you, and I know exactly what's wrong. Right click, so pick this right here, right click, and go to, let's see if we can if I can do it here. Pick, right click, and go to, do we have a clipboard right there? We're going to go to copy. What happened when it brings in that whole, the whole title block? It's still on the clipboard from when you brought it in out of the other drawing. That's what's going on. So if that confuses you, that's what's happened. I'm going to right click now, go to the clipboard, and go to paste, and it should be just this. And I'm just going to park it just close down here. Okay, that's nifty Kino right there. Then I'm going to pick this, right click it, and I'm going to go to scale, pick this bottom corner, and I'm going to type in 30, enter, and that should be pretty darn good in centering this. That looks pretty good. I might want to go up a little bit here, so I'm just going to pick this and go M for move and enter, and drag this up here. And I'm going to make sure I'm in ortho because I like to where it was to the side. That looks good. Down just a little bit. There we go. I think that looks pretty darn good. That does look good. Okay, let's go back over to our layout space, and let's do reach inside, double click inside, and go Z spacebar, W spacebar, which is the same as Z enter, W enter, shift right click, and go to endpoint, pick that endpoint, shift right click, endpoint, and go to that endpoint, and notice it fills it perfectly. I'm going to, while we're still there, I'm going to lock it, and then I'm going to double click and get outside. Okay, if we double click inside, you can see that it's 1 to 30. Double click outside, and so there is everything that I need to do to get started on my final part of this project. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go into model space, and I need to have my other drawing up, my PDF, and I'm going to pause for a second and go get that. So here is our PDF that you should have in your file folder, and it shows everything that you have here. It shows you where I want to have the receptacles, the lights in the center of the room, the switches. If we zoom in here, let's zoom in here a bit and use our little hand handle to move around. Okay. So in here we have 3 single switches. We have a fan, a light, and a heater. Okay. We have a switch here, and it looks like we have a, what is this? Oh, light. It said those are lights. attached to the wall. That's a GFI switch there and a GFI switch there. Or receptacle, GFI. There's a switch. There's the plugs. Some of you know that there's a certain code for electrical. The code here is close counts as far as just in the general area that I'm showing in the picture. Look, we got smoke detectors in each room. Okay, smoke detectors in each room. So yours should look close to this. I want all the different electrical symbols in each of the rooms as they look here. The arcs don't have to be the same as we do those. They do not have to be the same. So just take your time and we'll go over that, okay? So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so I can put it over on my other side of my screen. And I'm going to park it over here off the screen. There we go. And I'm going to use that then to, I'll work one section at a time, I think. So I'm going to use my, give me a second here, and I'm just going to work one section at a time and make this work for myself, okay? I'm going to start up with this upper quadrant here. Okay, so here I am. I'm working in this drawing here. I have my symbols here. They're already on the E symbol layer. I want to make sure that I have a layer called E wire run, okay, or eSIM wire, either one. eSIM wire is fine, or E wire run is fine. I'm going to change my color to 73. I like both of my being the same. I like both of my electrical layers to be the same color. Oh, and I wanted you to see that. Okay. We want to use hidden 2, which is the hidden 0.5. And you remember how to get that? We go to load. We slide on down here till we find the hidden. We pick the hidden 2, which is the hidden 0.5x. Okay, you would load that. Go OK. It's already there. It's telling me. I make sure to pick it while I'm there and go OK. And that way, the E wire run has that hidden 2 line type, which is really important. Okay. Now, one of the things that you'll notice about the rooms here is that there's plugs in each one of the walls over here on all 4 sides. Well, rather than having to take those plugs in and rotate them, I'm going to make a little cheat sheet here. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to take my plug right here, and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to drag it out here, okay? And I'm going to take this one, and I'm just going to go to mirror, and I'm going to just mirror this one right up there. Okay, and I'm going to take the 2 of those, and I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to rotate this, and from that point there, I'm going to go 90. Okay, and then I'm going to take that, and what I'm going to do is draw myself a little line, like right about there, and right about there. I take those and move them from here to here. It seems like it's taking a little extra work, but you'll see how quick this pays back. Okay, so I'm making that little assemblage. I'm going to take that, I'm going to go copy. Okay, and I'm going to just pick, I don't need to be in the middle or anything, I just need to have a place to pick it. I'm going to get out of ortho, and I'm going to drop one in this room, one in this room, one in the garage, one in the living room, one in this room, one in this room, and one here in the center, okay? And maybe even one over here. And that should give me enough close by, okay? I'm going to do the same thing with the switches. Copy. Drag that over there. Okay. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to, again, mirror the switches. I'm bringing it up in ortho to there. Take that and copy it. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to go 90. And I'm going to go move. So it's endpoint on endpoint there. There we go. And I'm going to take that and copy it. I'm going to do the same darn thing. I'm going to go around from room to room. I'm just going to drop switches all over the place so that I have them, and they're in their rooms already, and I don't have to beat myself up about this. Okay? And the other thing that we have pretty much in every room, which we only need one of, is that we have light. So I'm going to take a ceiling mounted fixture and I'm going to copy that and just pick a point here, and I'm going to drop one in each one of these rooms. There's a couple in the garage, at least one in here. Well, we got in the kitchen, we got one in the hallway here. And we'll just drop a few of these around so they're close to where I work and I don't have to go find them. Okay? So I'm going to work up in this upper corner, and so I'm going to drag this over, and so you can see this. There it is. That's what I'm going to work. I'm going to be working in this corner right up here. I'm going to do the same thing that I see on the page there. Okay, so I'll get into here, and it looks like, oh, I got to go get my fan light heater. So I only need one of those, so I'm going to grab that, pick it right there in the insert point, and it looks like it's over here sort of close to the tub. And that looks pretty good right there. And again, this is don't stress out. I'm not grading on where you actually place this thing. I'm only checking to see that you've got the right symbols in the right place. Okay, it looks like we have some switches, and this switch here is the switch I want to do. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to pick it from that point right there. I'm going to come over here, and I'll put it on that center point, and I'm going to go just sideways and sideways. There we go. And then I'm going to, now here's the big one, so I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go on my E-wire run or eSIM wire, whichever you used. I'm going to go grab an arc, and I'm going to try and follow what's going on here. And what it is you pick a point, you come out here, you pick another point, and then you come over and touch the end. Okay? I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to do the same thing again, pick a point, and come over and touch the end. And again, one last time, pick a point, and run over here and touch the end. Now I can adjust these once I've got those. I can just grab the grip here and move that in. I can grab the grip here and move that in. That looks pretty good. I think that looks sort of like the picture. You know, maybe even straighten this one out just a little bit. There we go. That's close enough. Okay, I'm not trying to do anything other than that. Okay. Then it looks like I have some fixtures over here, and these are, looks like, do we have a light fixture, ceiling mounted, or that's what these are, ceiling mounted. We don't have any others, so we'll use the ceiling mounted lights, which is this one right here, and I'm going to copy it. There's my insert point. Okay, and I'm going to put it on the wall here. Here's a place where you can use shift right click and something you haven't ever used before, nearest. And there it is, nearest. I'm going to get it sort of on the center right there. And I'm going to put one down here. I'm going to shift right click and go to nearest. And shift right click and go to nearest. Great. Okay, cool. That looks great. And it looks like I have a switch over here, so I'm going to take this switch here and copy it. Is that the one I want? Yeah, it is. Let's see what I use up here. Oh, I used the wrong switch up there. I'll have to fix that. Okay. I'm just going to grab those three. I'm going to grab this switch here. And that's, I should have known that because there's my insert point, and that's the part that touches the wall. So I'm going to copy that and grab it. I'm actually going to grab it on the other end because I already have these points here. So why not just use those again? Okay, cool. We're getting right along there. I have my E-wire running. I'm going to go use my arc. Okay, and I'm going to go from the point here and right there about like that, and then right there like that. Hit enter, I'm going to go from here to about here to here. And I'm going to go from here to here to here. Great. So looks like I have a plug over here, so I need to go grab one of my plugs. And I'm going to go copy, pick my insert point, and it's going all right over here on that midpoint. Isn't that great? Right there. That's excellent. Okay, let's grab this one. And already in the copy command, pick my insert point, come over here and shift right click and go to our new friend, our new best friend, nearest. And it looks like it's about on the wall here, and I probably could go, I could go midpoint if I wanted to. There we go. How's that? Okay, that looks good. And we'll grab this one and copy and grab that and put that on the midpoint of that wall. Okay, and escape. Looks like we got two up here, so we're going to go copy, grab that, midpoint, and the midpoint. Oh, I'm liking this. Looks like this one is actually over a little bit more in the drawing. So I'll just drag it over here, and I'm going to be in ortho, and great, okay? And this one looks like it's maybe even over a little bit more. There we go. Again, you know, don't be crazy and try to measure it. Okay, it's not that. That's not what the assignment is. So if you spend lots of time doing that, you're just making more work for yourself. It's close counts. Hardly ever say that in AutoCAD, but close counts here. So, and nearest. Now we get out of F8 here. Shift right click and nearest. There we go. Come on. You're not going to let me go, are you? So I'm going to have to escape it. Okay, copy. Pick from here. Insert point. And shift right click and nearest. And it should be, I don't know why it's not picking up. Let's put it there. So I can go back into, if that works, I can go, I mean, if something fights you, don't just keep trying to do it. So pick it, go copy, and go right up here and make sure you're in F8, and you're already on the wall, so it doesn't matter. So you just kind of get it in the corner and out there. And take this one and do a move. You're already on the wall, you're in F8, so you're fine. It's down here behind the door a little bit. Out there, great, okay. Looks like we have some on the other side, so I'm going to copy this one. And there we go. And shift right click, shift and right click, and nearest. Hey, it worked that time. Don't ask me why. And shift right click. Nearest. Let's see if it'll let me do that. Nope. Get out of F8. Shift right click and nearest. There we go. Hey, it's working now. Why it wasn't working, I do not know. I'm going to go finish the rest of this both. Oh, looks like we have smoke detectors in this room. So I'm going to zoom out here. Find my smoke detector. I'm going to go copy. And I'm going to go to the edge, which I'll find the center, which is my insert point. And I'm going to put one here, right about there, and one right about there. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, I think we can get rid of. We got some more outlets over here and up here. So I can take these two outlets and these two outlets, and why move them when we can just go copy, and I can pick the midpoint and put them right there. How did that work? Pretty darn good. Need to move these forward a little bit. Okay. And move, and I'm going to go from my insert point over to my quadrant right there. Excellent. I'm happy with that. That looks great. Okay. Looks like we have some lights in the center of the room, so I'm going to throw these away. Don't need those anymore. I'm going to throw these away. Okay, I'm going to need some switches, but I don't need them all, so I'm going to throw those away. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go move, go from there, and I'm going to go shift right click mid between 2 points, and I'm going to pick that corner there and that corner there, and boom, it's dead center. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here and move. I'm going to go shift right click mid between 2 points, that corner there and that corner there, and it's dead center in the room. Now we need some switches. So this switch here looks like I want to use that switch right there. So I'm going to go copy and put that there. Okay. I guess there's no left or right to these switches. It's just the way they are. So whatever works here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to drop that one over there. And I'm just going to give it a move real quick, rather than go and pick it another one. It was just as fast to do this. Okay, there we go. Notice we don't show wires to the receptacles. The electrician knows how to get the wires there, but we want to show him where the light switches are. Okay, and so we're going to go now with our wire run, and we're going to tell him that from this point here to this point here to this point here is a switch, and enter, and from that point there to that point there and to there is a run. Okay, this is what you're going to do for this whole project. I'm going to pause here now and show you what it should look like when you're done. Okay, as you can see here, this is our completed project now. I'm going to zoom in here and zoom around here and just get a view. It's the same thing that's printed out on your sheet. Okay, GFIs over here, outlets. Looks like we got some switches. Notice this is a three-way switch. So if it says three-way, that should be three-way. And you can see that the three-way switch goes from here to the light, from the light to the other three-ways, to the dimmer. Ooh, that one goes to a dimmer switch. That's interesting. So that's a three-way with a dimmer. Here we got a dimmer, and one here, and one here, and one here. Okay. What else we got here? We got a just switch and a switch on those. So just follow the directions that you see, and this is what your final project should look like. Okay, this is what we are going to finish up with. It should look just exactly like this. Okay, and there's our what I handed out as my handout sheet for you. Now I'm going to show you in the next video what we're going to grade on. Okay, what we're going to grade on. So I hope this helped.